Hey guys, so I've been wanting to do a video for a while, but I never really know what to talk about other than my life, which is kind of boring right now and sometimes hurts my feelings. But anyway, it's easier to talk about other people, so let's do that. A lot of what I get on my feed is about celebrities and things like that, so I'm going to tell you my honest opinion. First and foremost, I have to say that I think celebrities are just regular people and shouldn't be followed as they are. I think that invading somebody's privacy, putting them on a pedestal, etc., is as toxic as treating somebody like they're nothing. So I think that it's not good for anybody's mental health to do that, especially comparing yourself to celebrities. And it's like, or thinking that you know them very well. A lot of these celebrities are putting on a really big facade, just being compliant with their PR teams, regulations, and things like that to stay a celebrity. Like, that's how you stay a celebrity. So they are very much putting on a show in everything that they do, and like I said, it's unfair to, number one, compare yourself, and number two, be obsessed with their lives. It's unfair to them for that matter. But anyway, that being said, let's take a look at it. First off, Donald Trump, I like nothing about him. Nothing. The fact that he's still in office, the fact that nobody from the Epstein files has been arrested that I know of. Of course, I'm not well versed on the Epstein files. It's depressing. I like to avoid things that make me want to end myself. I'm not gonna lie. So reading them, not for me. But because like the people like that still exist. Ellen DeGeneres still has her show, and I'm like, what the fuck? First off, why do people watch it? And I mean, you know what I mean? I don't know, whatever. But I digress. There's so many things wrong with that. So many things I can't do. But anyway, I saw like a little pop up on my feed that was like, oh, Donald Trump isn't worried about inflation, and here's why. He's not worried about inflation because he's rich. That's all you need to know. Because he's so disgustingly and obscenely rich, capitalizing off of other people's suffering, that it's not going to affect him at all. Here's the thing, right? If we keep going on the track that we're going on, which we probably will, people will die. I mean, they're already dying of starvation, but an increased number of people will start dying of starvation, of just so many different things. More people are going to be homeless. Like the fact that federal minimum wage is still $7.25 is dumbfounding to me. It's $15 here in Missouri, and yeah, you can't live off of that. If you can't live off of minimum wage working full-time, like if you can't even pay the bare minimum basic bills, rent, water, electric, gas off of minimum wage, why does that even exist? Like, why do we even have a minimum at that point? But that's just my thought process on inflation and everything that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth. It's just frustrating, so I ignore it. It won't go away. It'll still be there. I'm not making any difference by blatantly ignoring it. But, it's either that or be constantly depressed. So, still depressed though, but it's fine. Right? And then Taylor Swift, obviously she's this big powerhouse, and I love that for her. Like, I love that. Girl power all the way. But she can't sing. Like, I don't know. That's so mean. Let's be real. She got into the business because her parents have money. Some people are really good writers, and I think that she's an amazing writer, right? And I think that she's good at putting on a show. All of those things go super well with music. She's not the only celebrity that can't sing. There's so many artists that cannot sing, and you can't convince me that they can. I'm sorry, but it's just like Taylor Swift, Ella Langley, I don't know. There's like this huge list of artists that I think just cannot sing worth a crap, that have full-blown music careers and are good at it. They know how to play the game, so good for them. I just hate seeing it sometimes because it's annoying. It's like talent is like often overlooked and not respected in the way that I think that it should be, and yet we idolize people who are already multi-billionaires and don't need it. You know, like I don't like rich people. I'm sorry, I just can't do. I've been broke too long. That's what it is. And I get not every famous person is rich. Like, and I get that like living that lifestyle takes a lot of money. Like, yeah, they might be worth so much money, but they're also spending a lot of money in upkeep and things like that to stay famous. Like, I get that. I get it. I do. But while the gym pop is having an incredibly hard time just staying afloat for like them to have that much, I don't know. We're not going to get into the politics of it. It's just frustrating and annoying. Kardashian can't stand. Every time I see a Kardashian on my feed, I fucking hate it. I'm so mean. There was, well, it's not necessarily their fault. Like, it's not the people that I have the problem with, right? I don't know them. I can't have a problem with them. It's the infatuation processes of, like, everybody else that I have a problem with. You know, I saw a post about one of the Kardashians. I don't even know which one because I don't follow them, right? And obviously, you know, her body's the societal standard of perfect, right? And somebody was like, this is what all women should be. This should be the goal for all women, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh yes, a completely unobtainable goal. Because she spends so much money on her body, you know, weekly, monthly, daily, like so much money in upkeep that most of us won't even see in our lifetime. You know, and like what she spends on her body in a month, most of us don't make in a year. Okay, so it's like that's a completely unrealistic thing to idolize, I feel like. And personally, I just don't like seeing it. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think that it's something that women should aspire to. I don't think that women should be shamed for not doing that. If anything, I look at that and it kind of makes me queasy. I'm not gonna lie, because the amount of money that she spent on her body could have gone to literally anything else. Anything else. You want to do a little work for yourself to feel good and feel like you know, are confident, whatever. I don't care. But spending that much money and that much time and that much whatever on your looks, I personally think is disgusting. I've seen too much to support that kind of behavior. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't like seeing it. And that's, you know, that's a lot of things, like, Sabrina Carpenter, right? I think she's a goddess. I think she is pretty, and I think that she is talented, you know. Once again, people idolize her way too much. And it's frustrating because there's no reason to, you know. At the end of the day, she's just a person. And I think that's true of all celebrities. At the end of the day, they're just people. And if we idolize them because, oh, she suddenly started showing her body more, suddenly she started being more suggestive and sexual and whatever, and now she's a big star, when honestly her music before was so much better. Look, I like Espresso just as much as the next person, okay? I'd be jamming out to a lot of her music. But Thumbs? Oh, you're not touching that one. You know, like she has some really iconic music that had nothing to do with her taking her clothes off. And when she's memorialized in history, as she will be, as most of these famous people will be, a lot of it will have to do with the sexuality of her set, which I think is honestly sad that that's kind of what it took, you know, but that's what it takes, I guess. I don't know. I say that as I know that I specifically wait until I put on my makeup to do these videos, because first off, they hardly get any views anyway. Second, the ones without makeup get like no views at all. And then men are like, oh, we prefer women without makeup. Prove it. and prove it. Because that's a fucking lie if I ever heard one. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here before I start man-hating because I'm really trying hard not to be a man-hater anymore. It might be impossible, but I'm trying.